Anime games are shit. And it usually has nothing to do with the actual anime, and everything to do with how the games are designed. From greedy gachas to painfully slow battle royales, and plain unoriginal subpar games. Most of the anime games released this year have been absolute trash. But not Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade, and here is why. Phantom Parade is the very first game based on Jujutsu Kaisen, and yes, it's a gacha, but it's also much more than that. The game basically follows the same storyline of the anime and the manga, and features the same characters too. The gameplay really reminds me of another very successful anime game, Fate Grand Order. FGO is a turn-based JRPG with some visual novel elements, where players can recruit characters from the Fate anime and manga series and use them to fight enemies on a battlefield. Combat juggles complex strategies like elemental weaknesses, status effects, and more to keep things interesting. And Phantom Parade is basically just like FGO, but with the monsters, characters, and enemies from Jujutsu Kaisen instead. Sounds good, right? But what really makes Phantom Parade so special is not just the cool characters and enemies, or the fact that the anime itself was so good to begin with, but instead it's the effort put into the development of the game itself. Some scenes have been animated and others freshly drawn. The actual voice actors from the anime have even voiced entirely new lines for the game. And the storyline has been slightly expanded to account for the different platform and to help the narrative flow better in this setting. Although it does borrow content and characters from the actual show, the developers of Phantom Parade have gone out of their way to make this experience feel fresh and immersive for everyone. And that takes a lot of ingenuity. An anime-adapted game should have all the qualities of a great game: continuous challenge, entertaining narrative, flexible paths, rewarding outcomes, fun gameplay, good visuals and music. But because it is based on an anime, on top of all this, the game should also be able to highlight and translate the sourced content into a format that's digestible and fun for those who are playing the game. It should really not just be a copy-paste. Without this balance, games end up being either terribly designed or really bland. So yes, it takes much more than just shoving a bunch of cool characters inside something and calling it a day for it to be worthwhile. Okay, this is the part where we address the elephant in the room. Microtransactions.
Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money, give me...
Yes, there is a gacha system in Phantom Parade, and we all know that in this day and age, there is really no escaping from microtransactions, especially for mobile games. But in the case of Phantom Parade, the whole purpose of the game doesn't seem to be stealing people's money, at least not on current release. Just like any other gacha game, we can earn resources over time by simply playing the game and completing tasks, then use those resources to pull new characters and upgrade their stats and skills to become stronger. It's all very simple stuff that will come pretty naturally for those that have played gacha games before. The only difference when compared to other gacha games, though, is that Phantom Parade generally seems more generous. You can pull a SSR like Gojo easily by using the SSR character ticket. If you don't like Gojo, re-roll it until you pull the one you want. Besides the gacha system, Phantom Parade gives us plenty of reasons to continue playing. The storyline, gameplay, and content are more than enough to keep us interested for the long term. And I personally believe this should be the goal for every gacha game out there, so that these games can actually become worth spending money on.
Shut up and take my money!
Well done, Phantom Parade. Well done. There's lots to learn from this game. It's not about experiencing the anime inside a game that makes anime-adapted games good or worth playing. It's about enjoying the game itself that's based on the anime it comes from. And if there'd be more wonderfully made games full of creative components and engaging features, this cursed genre of money-grubbing, time-wasting adaptations would possibly see a better future. And I'd probably save a shitload of money, too.